Welcome to your source for research, innovation, news, insights, and commentary. Research Business Daily Report, sponsored this week by Socratic Technologies, whose proprietary tools and methodologies tackle marketing complexities, enabling you to make confident business decisions. Back in February, WPP's CEO Sir Martin Sorrell described Twitter as best used for public relations as opposed to advertising because he said the 140-character limit, quote, reduces communication to superficiality and lacks depth, end of quote. Late last week, WPP and Twitter entered into a partnership that's going to earn the microblogger perhaps hundreds of millions of dollars in the next few years, and is going to integrate Twitter data into the world's largest advertising agencies, WPP's Kantar market research arm, as well as its digital agencies. This dramatic deal is Twitter's second of the sort in the last 3 months. You may remember in April it reached a working agreement with Starcom. This deal is also of great significance, and not just because of WPP. It documents social media's rosy research future and the fact that it is here and underway. Next, last week we were invited to speak with the founder of J.D. Power and Associates, James David Power III, and one of his sons, James David Jamie Power IV. The occasion, the forthcoming publication of their book that chronicles the history of the pace-setting company. I found it a great read and highly recommend it to you. Our first question asked them to explain how one of J.D. Power & Associates' early research projects that involved Mazda's fabulously successful rotary engine radically changed demand for J.D. Power & Associates reports and propelled the company into the public's consciousness for the very first time.
Import car, they sold 90,000 units in the first year. And it was had a rotary engine, which had failed in many other attempts at using a rotary engine in an automobile. Mm-hmm. And this one turned out to be very successful in the beginning.
Right.
And we found that when we went back and resurveyed them, we just took the second 1,000 buyers, and we found an O-ring problem. My wife found it in her hand tabulations, and we didn't know what it was, an O-ring. And before we knew it, when we released the report, the Wall Street Journal got a hold of it and put it on the front page. And we were, within 24 hours, we were in every magazine and newspaper around the world.
Was that the first big exposure that the J.D. Power had had?
Yes, absolutely the first biggest exposure, and we didn't count on it. And Mazda, who did not buy the study, didn't know what was going on, and I got a call the next morning, and had to get back to them, even though I had for 2 years been trying to reach in to meet the general manager, and as a result, he found out that he had this problem. He did not know it until it was released.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. J.D. Power was really among the developers of the whole idea of customer satisfaction. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, we started on customer satisfaction in around 1980, 81, and started doing comparisons of all the car manufacturers. And we didn't get subscribers to all of it in the beginning. We had perhaps the Japanese car companies were the ones who made it a worthwhile, from a financial standpoint, operation. But eventually, by 19 86, 87, we had just about everyone else subscribing to the study.
And the idea was to try and collect information from a customer's perspective about the vehicle in terms of its quality, but also the dealer service experience. So taking the car in for regular routine maintenance, but also warranty and parts availability. And the idea was to try and provide an overall sense of how satisfied the customer was with the vehicle and the dealership at about 1 year of ownership.
Mm-hmm. David, you probably have an ongoing love-hate relationship with auto manufacturers. They love your data and the insights it can provide, but they might not always be thrilled by what you tell them. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, I think that there was a love-hate relationship because we gave the facts that they didn't have, and they were upset and tried to find problems. And this would be more with the middle management level than the top management, though it did sometimes occur. I'd get a phone call unexpectedly. But it was something that we knew that we had touched a very important aspect of how the companies were running their quality programs.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Data misuse. You were telling me about John DeLorean and how he had kind of played around with the numbers a little bit. Can you tell us that story?
Well, I gave John DeLorean a summary after we did some surveys using the prototype vehicle and so forth, and came up with a pricing estimate on the vehicle and the volumes that he should expect to be able to sell.
And this was based on a proprietary study of potential DeLorean buyers.
Mm-hmm.
We ran it in the greater LA area in the and had a good showing of it. But anyhow, what happened is within 6 months, prices on everything were going up, and I didn't find out till about a year after he had used this in his prospectus for investors, and he doubled the volume,
The forecast,
the
sales
forecast, and doubled the price on the vehicle.
Okay.
And attributed that to me, our research. And I didn't find it out until after the fact. And a lot of things started happening right around then. And of course, he had deep trouble, and the vehicle went out of production, and a lot of lawsuits.
And he went to jail. The book is called Power: How J.D. Power III Became the Auto Industry's Advisor, Confessor, and Eyewitness to History. It's going to be published September 10th, but you can pre-order it from Amazon and other book providers. As I said, I found it a very interesting read, and you can get it on Amazon right now for a little over $16. That's your Research Business Daily Report, sponsored by Socratic Technologies, whose proprietary tools and methodologies tackle marketing complexities, enabling you to make confident business decisions. Socratic's link underneath this video will take you to a world of unique capabilities and quality. Have a great research day, and join us again for more from the J.D. Power and Associates people tomorrow.